it's Liz Yuille from Old Staples Crafts. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is for the Inspire.Create.Challenge group that I am one of the design members for. And this is what I have put together. Today is a sketch challenge, and this was the sketch that we were sent to work from. So it's this diagonal line, but other than that, it's a fairly open space. This is just so that we know it's one of our projects. That could be anywhere and doesn't have to be anywhere at all. So it's purely this very blank space, really. So this, as I say, is what I've put together. Here is my diagonal, and then I've just emphasised the diagonal by having a slight diagonal here. And other than that, that's pretty much it. So let me show you how I put this together. I have used the Woodwords stamp set. I'm using Night of Navy, Powder Pink, Soft Sky and Whisper White. I've got a couple of punches. So I've got the 1 1/4 and the 1 inch circle punches. And that's pretty much it, other than some ink. So the dimensions are over on my blog post, which is linked below. So let's get started, because it really is quite a straightforward project. I'm going to start with just popping, let's pop that out of the way for the moment, just popping my base together. So the diagonal is to go from bottom left to top right. So this way. So basically all I did, actually let's turn that over because it's the wrong way up. All I did was cut 2 pieces of paper, and this is the new In Colour Designer Series paper stack. So I took 2 pieces of paper, and it's the same pattern, so 2 of the same, and I just sliced it across diagonally. So yeah, easy peasy. They were cut at my usual first layer, which is 5 5/8 by 3 7/8, but don't worry, all the dimensions are below. So all I now have to do is stick those down. I'm going to stick them down with, actually I'm going to use snail. I don't trust myself. I've been having a bit of a nightmare with fast fuse. So let's use some snail. And I'm going to put the snail on the card base and then add the layers, purely because I think it's going to be a little bit easier to do that. And I'm just going to hover and just add a bit there. I'm not too worried about having snail there because it's going to be covered up. And then because I know what my mats normally look like, I can pop my first one down, knowing that it's going to be about right. And as you'll see, I'm using the papers the other way up this time. And then just line that up there. And as if by magic, it becomes our rectangle. So that's the base done. Then we just need to do the stamping, for which I need a piece of scrap paper because we're going off the edge. Stamp set. And I'm taking this lovely, the Woodwords is just such a pretty stamp set, and I think it's one of my hidden gems. So I'm taking quite a large block. This is the E block, only because I like a nice meaty block. And Soft Sky. And I'm just going to make sure that this was reasonably clean before I started. My stamping scrub needs to be scrubbed, and I haven't got around to doing it, and I should. But I just want to make sure everything is clean. So actually, let's first things first. What I did with the original was I lined up where the mat is going to go and grabbed a pencil and just very lightly put a mark where the diagonal is, so that I have an idea where I want to emphasize that diagonal, because that's then going to be the angle that I put this on. So it's in that diagonal, and then I'm just going to fill in the spaces that are left and go over the edge, apparently. So yeah, let's just pop that out of the way, move this up a bit. And that's pretty much all we need to do with that. So clean that off. I will leave my soft sky out because the next stamp that I want, which is going onto a scrap of Whisper White, which I have here, is just the circle, and that I did full strength because Soft Sky's second strength is not brilliant. I couldn't remember whether I'd done it full strength or second strength. I now know. And then I want the Thanks a Bunch. Ooh, it helps if you get the right one out. The Thanks a Bunch and the Night of Navy. And just ink that up. And this is one of those moments where you need to get your bottom out to line up where you're stamping, because you want it in your circle, but it's not that easy to see where that is. Fortunately, even though that's upside down, it doesn't matter because I haven't punched it out yet. So that's always good. So let's pop him back, and I'm going to bring out the stars. Get rid of my Night of Navy, because I don't need that anymore. And then I'm just going to add some stars onto the background. I'm going to pop one there, which quite nicely fills in. There was a little V, but it fills that in. Then I'm going to pop some up in this corner there, and then some more in that corner there. And that's really just to have a bit up at the top, because otherwise, when I did it initially, I hadn't put those in and it looked a bit bare. So, 1¼ punch and Night of Navy, and just punch that out. Then the 1" punch will nicely punch that out. If you've got the bundle, which comes with the crate, there is actually a circle die, but the 1" circle does really quite nicely. So all we need to do now is put the whole thing together. So a bit of glue on the, oh, and I'm running out of battery. So let's see if I can get this done before we run out of battery. So I'm going to put the glue there just so that it's obvious how little I use. Then pop my mat down over the top. It's a very, very hair of a breadth of a nothing. Then a bit of glue there, and pop that down. Whoops. A bit of glue on the back of that, and pop that down. Then while we're here, let's grab dots, and I'm just putting 3 Soft Sky dots in a triangle sort of around the sentiment, only sort of around the sentiment, and then I popped the whole thing up on some dimensionals. And then we're done. Obviously, because it's a navy card, you will need to put an insert. But other than that, we are done. Ooh, helps if you put it on the right way up, of course. Make sure it's opening the right way round, which it is. So that's that. And in fact, while we're here, why don't we have a look at, assuming I've got enough battery, doing an insert. And all I'm going to do is take a mat and the flowers and just stamp down the edge. Whoops, don't do what I've done, which is over ink in your rush to get it done, and then that will get stuck in there. And we're good to go. So I hope you enjoyed that. Say the battery is running out, so I won't, ooh, and I'm jogging the camera, so I won't hang around to stick that in just yet. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Please have a think about joining our challenges. They are great fun. And you can then have a badge on your website to say that you won our challenge, which is always great. And I look forward to hearing from you very soon and hopefully seeing your entries. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye!